Well, hello, my sweet fellow jewelers. Today I want to talk about my last craft fair I just did. I had a really fun time, amazing, but I want to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and all the things that I learned in between. Okay, so the first thing is the location was gorgeous. It was so beautiful. It was outside. There was like a little like stream by there, and it had such fun buildings. Like it was just so pretty. I've never been to a craft fair that's been so beautiful. Also, my booth placement, like it's kind of important at times because sometimes they want to put you in the corner and sometimes you get the most amazing location. I had the best location ever. The entrance, I could see the entrance. It was just like diagonal to me. And so I was one of the first booths you would see as you came in, which I was like, yes, this is amazing. I love it so much. The other thing is it only took me an hour to set up. Like I was like on it, y'all. Like I had all my things, all my ducks in a row. I had a really simple, but I feel like pretty beautiful setup, as you can see right here. It was just a really quick setup, which was great. I got there 2 hours early, and I only needed an hour, which was awesome. And then the people were so lovely. Like when you do a craft fair, get to know the people on your right and your left. Get to know the maybe the people that are doing the event. Like I had such a fun time interacting with the vendors. It was just a lovely time. All right, with all those lovely things aside, let's get to the nitty gritty. The first thing was they charged so much for an event that I didn't feel was worth that amount of money. So they were trying to raise money for a good cause, for an animal rescue shelter, and they just wanted to really make the funds they needed for that shelter, but they kind of overpriced the event. It was $17 per person. And if you think about that, when you have two adults, like let's say a mom and a dad or grandma and grandpa or whatever, that's already like $35 or $34, right? And then if you have kids, that's more money on top of it. And not all, like they had a certain age range where kids were free, but that's a lot of money. Like that's like going to the movies and stuff, right? And so you have this fee to come in, and then you're supposed to buy food and like get all the fun things at the vendors. Like people just were not interested in buying. I ran into a little lady, Miss Darlene. She was so stinking cute. She actually worked for my sister a while ago, and so I told her, "Hey, I'm so and so sister and stuff." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, you look just like her." But she'd been doing it for 26 years. She'd been selling her jewelry for 26 years. And she says she's never seen someone charge that much. The most she'd ever seen charge was $5. And so she was actually really mad. She was so mad. I heard that she wrote the people an email and just kind of saying like, you shouldn't do that and stuff, which I was kind of glad that she spoke up, because when the people came in, they just weren't interested in buying. Like they were just like, I was like, yeah, I wouldn't be interested in buying either. Like I just spent all this money coming in here and this is, anyway. And so that part was probably like the worst part of it, is how much they charge. And then it was the first time doing the event. Like it was this, like they wanted to do it every year and it was the first time for them, but a lot of people didn't come. It was not that many people that came. And a lot of it was like little kids and families. The event, you could bring your dogs. So I saw tons of dogs, which was super cool. Like all these people bringing all their different dogs. So I'd always ask, what's the name of your dog? Or what's the breed and stuff. So that was super fun. But because it was a first time event, and I feel like they didn't advertise as much, maybe just on Facebook, a lot of people didn't come. And so that was kind of bummering as well. What did I learn? Let me tell you what I learned. I learned a pop-up tent is a pretty good idea. I was outside. Not all vendors were outside. There was two big buildings to my right and to my left, but there was like an open market and I was outside. I was the only vendor that did not bring up a pop-up tent, and I still have a little burn. And so bring a pop-up tent if you're going to be outside, and even inside people bring pop-up tents. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. But luckily the weather was gorgeous. It was freezing in the morning. So we were all decked out. I was in my sweater. My daughter said, let's wear dresses. We wore dresses. And, but it was, as it warmed up, it was perfect weather. It was absolutely perfect weather, but it was a little too much sun for me, and I forgot to bring sunscreen. The other thing I learned is that I need to bring a charger. I need to bring like an extra battery to charge my phone, because I do want to like film for you guys. I do want to film and put it on YouTube and stuff and whatever. And so I was like at 19%, probably by like after with only 2 hours left to go. And so I was like, oh, I need a charger, need to bring an extra charger. So the other thing I learned was from my father-in-law. Mom and dad Butler call us every Saturday, and so I was getting the phone call, and so I decided to answer and everything and just kind of show them the place. And they were just such big supporters. They were one of my biggest cheerleaders for my jewelry business. Like I call him my manager because I send emails to him when I'm like, what do you think about this? Or someone responding like that, or this is a deal I got, and so they're just one of my biggest supporters, right? And so I was just showing him the place, and I learned that my dad used to do trade shows. And so they're like craft shows, but for companies, right? And so he was talking about his experience and about the things he learned. And one thing I walked away with, which just helped me so much, he's like, Des, sometimes you get really good craft fairs where there are a lot of people come, and the people that are putting it on know how to bring people and know how to bring people to you. And sometimes you get craft fairs that they have no idea what they're doing. And sometimes a little bit come and you even pay maybe a lot of money. And so just don't get discouraged with good craft fairs and bad craft fairs. He said, I even went to a trade show that no one came, absolutely no one came. Could you imagine going to a craft fair or a trade show where no one came? And so he just really encouraged me. He's like, keep at it, keep doing this. So what if no one comes? Just enjoy it, meet all the people, get to know, have great conversations and just learn from this. And so it really just encouraged me. It was just, that made my day, and it helped me get through my day as well. And so here are things that I've decided. One, even though I come to make money, I'm not going to let, if I make a lot of money, ruin my day. I'm not going to let it. I want to do everything I can. So I got to spend quality. So these are the things I walked away with that I was really encouraged by. I got to spend time with my daughter. It was so fun, doing that with her, and spending the day with her and seeing her run around where I could see her and stuff. I got to meet lovely people. Like I said before, I got to meet the loveliest people, and you make those bonds and connections and stuff. You exchange business cards, and then I had fun. I chose to have fun. I'm in a lovely place. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, I wish I could be making more money, but I'm going to choose to have fun. And I learned, can I tell you, even though I didn't make a lot of money, I learned that I made a lot more money than other vendors. Some vendors, they came to me, we were talking, they're like, I just barely paid for my booth, or I just had one sale. And so I realized the Lord wanted me to pray for my sales and stuff. He told me a week before, he's like, you need to pray that you make some sales. And I would ask people, can you pray for me? Can you pray for me? Some of you guys, even on my social media, I'm going to pray for you. And so I just want to say thank you, because I know that God has his hand in it. Because even though it wasn't my best craft fair I ever had, I did make a lot of sales compared to other people. And so I just know God was in it, and I had so much fun. And so I just want to encourage you. I want to pray for you. I want to pray for you guys to do craft fairs. If it's something on your heart, but you've just been scared to do, I want to encourage you to do it. And sometimes it's going to be amazing. And sometimes you're like, well, okay, we're going to chalk that up as a learning experience and meeting new people and stuff. And sometimes you're going to make a lot of money. And so I want to encourage you, do it. And I also want to pray for those that have been doing it, that you would continue to be successful in it. So God, I thank you for craft fairs. They are fun. It's a great way to get out into the community, God. And so Lord, I pray for my viewers that are scared to do it. They're absolutely scared to do it. They haven't taken the first step. God, I pray that you would give them the boldness to do it. I pray that you give them the strength to do it, and that they would make the first step. God, hold their hand as they make the first step. God, I pray for those that have been doing it. God, that you continue to bless them, that you bless the work with our hands, God. God, when we work with our hands and we do something we love, it's nice to be rewarded with people buying our stuff. And so, Lord, I pray, God, a blessing over the people that are selling, and that you bless the work of their hands. God, thank you for craft fairs. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I did a couple more craft fair videos, like what I brought and the list I had. So go ahead and check those out, so you know what you may or may not should and should not bring. And guess what? I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.